friends, my name's Amanda and this is my channel, Amanda Colours. This is my little friend Emerald and she says hello, and we are both here with a really exciting video today in that we are going to help you with your Christmas shopping. Yes, so whether you are shopping for someone who loves to colour or you are someone who loves to colour and you're wanting to put together a Christmas list for Santa or his helpers, hopefully this video will help you with some ideas. But before I do that, I want to share my little fun fact for this video, and that is that kangaroos are the only animal on earth that cannot move backwards, and it is because of the shape of their feet and the way that their joints work. So there you go. So yes, I am really excited to be sharing some fun Christmas gift ideas with you. So I've broken it down into various sections. So first up, I'm going to start with colouring books, and then within that there are going to be sections. So the first section are festive colouring books. So it's a great time to give your loved ones or request some Christmas and festive colouring books, and the first one that I have for you is the brand new Morgan O'Brien Matchstick Mouse 25 Days of Kindness colouring book. This is a gorgeous colouring book. Lots of colourists love Matchstick Mouse. She's just adorable, and Morgan's illustrations are they're just the best. I love them. So I'll give you a very quick flip through of some of the pages here. So in this adventure, little Matchstick Mouse spends 25 days doing kind things for her friends, and it's just adorable. So this is a great book for colouring with alcohol markers because there is no image on the back side of the page, so it doesn't matter if there's bleed through or pencils or any other medium really. The next book we have is Gabby Wolf Christmas, and you can see a little bit of a flip through of some of the pages here. It is just an adorable little book with simple colouring and just gorgeous little Christmas themed pages. We also have a new book from Coco Wyo called Cozy Christmas, and it is actually a collaboration with Penguin Random House Publishing, which is fun. So it's full of lots of gorgeous, sweet Christmas pages as well. Cozy and Christmas seems to be a bit of a theme this year, so we have another new book by Lainey Dow, and it is Christmas Cozy Vibes, and it is full of more gorgeous Christmas scenes and winter scenes with just the cutest little characters, and it's great for simple colouring. Then the last book in our festive category is Get Festive Christmas by Jen Racine, and she is an amazing illustrator who has a gorgeous Scandinavian flair to her style of illustrations, which to me just screams Christmas. And it's just such a gorgeous book full of really lovely Christmas and Scandinavian motifs. So they are all the festive colouring books. Next up is a group of books that I consider to be simple colouring books. So the illustrations are simple, they're great for simple colouring, or you can also add in as much detail as you like. So the first one is actually my colouring book. So this is Lovely Things, a kawaii colouring book created by me. And it's just a collection of lots of fun, simple illustrations that will bring some joy to your life, hopefully, or to those who you are gifting it to. It just is a collection of lovely things, and there's a page that I have coloured. So there is that one. Then I have a book by a fellow Australian. This is Miss Shell's Naughty Puppies colouring book. So it is a mini book, as you can see here with my hand, but it is a quick and easy book, so it's perfect for quick colouring. Just adorable little puppies doing all kinds of adorable puppy things. So sweet. So that is Miss Shell's Naughty Puppies colouring book. The next book I have is by another lesser-known illustrator, Colour Adventure, and the book is Sweet Treats. And as you might imagine, it is full of images of sweet treats done in a really, really cute way. So fun desserts and flowers and gems and little characters, and it's just adorable. Then we have Hygge Holiday by Sui Sui, and it's not like festive themed, it's holiday as in vacation, and it is full of these gorgeous little adventures all over the world that these little characters have taken, and it's such a fun book. The next book is A Small World of Colours, and this is by Angela Gonzalez, or Lala Gonzalez, and this is her brand new book full of these adorable little mice. So this book can actually kind of cross over between simple and more detailed depending on how you choose to colour it. So it does flip from the top, but there are illustrations that are more simple, and there are illustrations like this one that have a bit more detail, but they're so adorable. Super, super cute, and the mice are just so sweet. So that is A Small World of Colours. They are all the simple colouring books, and next up we have more detailed colouring books for those who really love to take their time and get into all the details and create their own little masterpiece. So the first one I have is Mountain King by R.J. Hampson, and he is just about to bring out another book, but at this point this is his most recent book, and R.J. is also an Australian, and so I am very happy to be sharing his work with you. And his books are in two parts. So the first part, you have all your illustrations, which are just gorgeous. And then the second part are the same illustrations, but they have, where are we? Are the same illustrations, but they have some differences. So they always have a black section, so it's at night or what have you. And then if you compare them to the first iteration of the illustration, that's a mouthful, you might find some other slight differences that RJ has incorporated into the illustrations, which is a whole lot of fun. So I'm yet to colour in this one, but that is Mountain King by R.J. Hampson. Well-known illustrator Johanna Basford has just brought out a new book called Magical Worlds. It is a book that many people love. It's full of more detailed pages, and a bit of an adventure can be taken throughout this book. Then we have a compilation book by Selena Fennick called Fantasy Realms, and it is 4 books in one, and it contains 100 designs of her incredible fantasy illustrations of unicorns and fairies and mystical ladies, and it's something that the fantasy lover in your life will absolutely love. Urban Anna is a watercolour illustrator who has created some incredible colouring books. You can actually watercolour in the books, the paper is good enough for that, but you can also just colour with pencils. And this book, From Paris with Love, is all storefronts from around Paris that are just beautifully illustrated, that any detailed colourist will love to colour. Finally, in our detailed section, we have the English version of the colouring book by Emily Liddell Oberg, and it is called Fairy Tales and Folklore. And as you might imagine, it's full of gorgeous illustrations of fairy tales and folklore, and they're beautiful books on wonderful quality paper for the colouring enthusiast. If you sometimes have trouble choosing what colours you want to colour on your page, something like a colour by number book could be the perfect thing for you. So here are some colour by number books that you might find interesting or that would be great for your loved ones. The first one is Japon, or Japan, and it is by Art Therapy by Hatchet Heroes. And as you can see, it has the line art with your various color palettes, and there is a sneak peek here of some of the pages that the book includes. The next one we have is the Grand Classics Book 12, and it is Disney characters, and it is also by Art Therapy Hatchet Heroes, and it has the similar format with the line art and the color palette included on each page. And then here is a sneak peek of some of the pages. For the manga lover in your life, there is also Universe Manga, and it has 40 pages within it of various manga characters in the manga style, and it's a great colouring book for those who maybe aren't so interested in the Disney characters. Another book we have here is Princes and Heroes. Again, it is Disney themed. And you can see a bunch of the pages here. It's kind of nice to have a book that focuses more on the male characters than the female characters from Disney, so that's a bit of a difference there too. And finally, in our colour by number section, we have the Looney Tunes book, and it is full of Looney Tune characters and scenes in the colour by number style. All of these colour by number books are actually available through Lyrica.com, and I do have a 10% off discount code for your very first order with Lyrica, so make sure you check that out in the description below as well. Sometimes we like to be creative, but because of physical limitations, it might be a bit difficult, and sometimes we just like to do things a bit differently. So these books are paint with water or magic painting books, or also watercolour books, which are a little bit different. So the first one we have here is Paint with Water by Thomas Kincaid Studios, and this is Through the Seasons. So these books you simply add water to, and the image comes alive as the watercolour paint is activated by the water on the page. Then we also have this adorable book by Angela Nguyen, Planet Cute, and as you might imagine, it has gorgeous little illustrations that can come to life when you add water. We also have Love Hearts and Flowers Magic Painting book by Usborne, and it has, as you might imagine, love hearts and flowers and other adorable things as the theme for the illustrations. Then we have Woodland Watercolour by Claire Therese Gray, and this is more about teaching you how to watercolour. So there are instructions in the book, there's some basic watercolour colour theory, and then you also have the pages that you can add your watercolours to. You could also use this as a colouring book or use watercolour pencils to complete this book as well. And then lastly, in this section, we have Watercolour with Me in the Ocean by Dana Fox. And this one is really great in teaching very simple watercolour techniques. You already have the illustration there. She gives you the colours to use and also the step-by-step on how to complete the pages. So next up we have some resources. Now these are things that are going to be helpful to you or the person you are gifting them to when it comes to their colouring. I am super excited to share this resource with you. It is the 2025 Colouring Planner, and it is created by me. So it is the place where you can record all of your colouring adventures for the year. So we have places for prompts and challenges, we have places for buddy colours, we have a place where you can write down all the information about the pages you complete in the month. We also have places for you to record other statistics, and there are also colouring pages for every single month, and there are exclusive colouring pages by Jen Racine, we have Lala Gonzalez, and we also have Morgan O'Brien, and we have non-exclusive colouring pages by RJ Hampson, Rada Prince, and Gabby Wolf. So that's super exciting, and any colour lover is going to really appreciate this as a gift. The next resource we have are the colour cubes. So these were created by Sarah Renee Clark, and they are a great resource for those who have a bit of trouble or who would like some inspiration when it comes to colour palettes. So there are 250 colour palettes in each box, and I'll give you an example here. So there is a card with an inspiration image, then you have your color palette, and on the back it gives you a breakdown of the colors. You have the color, a lighter version of the color, and a darker version of the color, and they're just a great way to perhaps put together some colors that you might not have thought of. So the next item is a companion to these, and it is the Colour Catalogue, also by Sarah Renee Clark. So it is a digital version of all of these palettes, and you can search within the document by colour or by theme, which is a really great way to find some awesome colour palettes. And then you also have the Colour Catalogue Companion. So this is actually where Sarah Renee Clark has taken it a step further and actually translated the colours from all of her palettes into some of the most popular brands of pencils and markers. And so we have things like polychromos pencils and Copic markers, so that you can find the closest to the colours in those mediums. So they are some super helpful resources when it comes to colouring. Another really great way to help with choosing colours for your pages is to look at colour palette books. There are so many available, but I have come across these Japan-based colour harmony dictionaries, the modern colours of Japan, and there is also a traditional colours of Japan, and it is so informative. It has ways that you can use the colours together in different proportions. It shows you the colours from inspiration images, and it just is a really great resource for anyone who loves to colour. Any colorist knows how important it is to swatch your supplies to see what the color actually looks like, because it can be very different to what it looks like on the packaging or on the pencil itself. So this fun fab swatch pad by Karen Campbell and friends is a really fun way to be able to swatch out your colors in different fun images and keep a record of how your colors actually look. Our next category is colouring supplies, and I'm going to start with a range of different pencils. So these here are the Artex 126 Colours colouring pencils, and they are the pencils that I would recommend for anyone who is wanting a step up from the basic grade pencil but who don't have the funds or the inclination to buy super expensive pencils. They are a medium price pencil, but the quality of them are so good. The colors are vibrant, they go down really well on paper, they blend really well, you can layer them up, and I really highly recommend them. Next we have the Derwent Inktense pencils. Now these are actually dehydrated ink within these pencils, so they can be water activated to then leave the ink on the paper, a bit like watercolor pencils, but they're more permanent and more vibrant, and they give such beautiful colors. And you can actually use them on fabric and other mediums as well. And yeah, I just really highly recommend them for that watercolor look. It can be really tricky to find pencils that give you a good range of skin tone colors. And to be completely honest, one of my favorite sets is by Crayola. These Colors of the World colored pencils, they might be basic student grade pencils, but the range of colors are so good for coloring skin tones. They're a harder pencil, so they're not as good for blending and for layering, but for even just a base coat that you then add other color on top of, they're just such a really great set of pencils. If you're anything like me and you love pastel colours, you are going to love the Brutfener 50 macaron coloured set of pencils. They do come in smaller packs with less pencils, but the colours in these sets are so beautiful. Even just looking at the pencils make me happy without even using them. They give you great coverage, and they are perfect for when you're wanting lighter pastel tones. In complete contrast, if you're looking for something fun and bright and vibrant, these neon pencils by Printworks are just so great. They really are neon. They have such vibrant color, and they're also really lovely when you're using them. The texture is great down on the paper. Next up in our supplies are markers. So there are quite a number of markers available on the market. Markers on the market. But here are some that I highly recommend. So the first ones are by the Copic brand. Now these are expensive. There's no way around that. They are high quality markers. They do come in a range of different sizes. So there are the Copic Chow markers. They are round and they don't hold quite as much ink, and they also are not available in all of the Copic colours, but they are available in a lot of the colours. Then we have the Copic sketch markers, and they are this oval shape, and they are available in all of the colours, and they both have a brush tip and a chisel tip. So the Chow have the same options. Yeah, as I said, the sketch are available in all of the Copic colours, and they do also come in the Copic Classic, which is a square shaped marker. I don't have any of those ones, but I highly recommend them. The brush side allows you to vary the width of your line. You can do, I can't do it because I'm not good at writing, but you can do calligraphic style because of the brush tip. Alcohol-based markers give you a beautiful color finish. They do, however, bleed through the page, so you need to make sure that you are coloring in coloring books that only have an image on one side of the page. Otherwise, you are going to bleed through. You also need to make sure that you put paper between your colouring pages, just to make sure that you are not going to ruin the page beneath. The next markers that I recommend are Ohuhu markers. Now these are available in a number of different combinations and a number of different packs. So you can see here with this one, there is a brush tip and a fine tip. And I'm pretty sure these are the Honolulu B markers, and I have just the pastel set. So they're round markers. They do have these notches that help stop them rolling off the table. And I really enjoy these markers. They are far more affordable than the Copic markers. They come in gorgeous range of colours, and little by little Ohuhu are actually releasing ink that you can use to refill them. So they really are coming after Copic and the Copic market share in making them refillable, which I think is a great alternative. It is certainly much more affordable in the long run to be able to refill your markers rather than needing to buy whole sets of new markers. They're still not the cheapest markers available, but I think they are very good considering they are considerably cheaper than the Copic markers. Some other markers that I recommend are water-based markers, and these are Tombow ABT dual brush tip markers. So on one end you have a brush tip, and on the other end you have a fine tip. Now these are water-based, so they do tend to be more streaky, which of course it's not going to be on the video because isn't that the way it always works? But they come in an incredible range of colours. They are, again, a bit more on the pricey side, but they're very good markers. Water-based markers don't tend to bleed through the page, so they can be a better option if you have double-sided colouring pages. However, just check before you actually start colouring because it will really depend on the paper that you are using. But as I said, they come in a range of really great colours. And they're really good for lettering and other things as well. So if you like to do that, they are dual purpose. You can use them for a whole range of things, not just for colouring. Some other water-based markers are the Crayola Super Tips. I have a pastel set, but they come in so many different colours. And again, because they are water-based, they don't tend to bleed through, but you do tend to get more of a streaky finish than you would with an alcohol marker. So because they have this bullet-shaped tip, you can do fine lines or you can do thick lines and sort of anywhere in between, however you would like to do it. But as you can see here, if I colour over, hopefully you can see that you're starting to get more of a streaky finish. See there? So they're great for basing pictures. So you can do a base layer of color with your water-based markers and then color over the top with pencils, which kind of cuts down some of your coloring time. But yeah, they're available in so many different colors, so many different packs, and being Crayola, they are really affordable. So next up, I'm going to share with you some embellishments, and they are things that you can use to add some extra flair to your coloring pages. So one of the things I really love are these glaze pens. Now they're by a brand called Sakura, part of the Jelly Roll range, and these create a wet, glossy, glazy finish. So hopefully you can see that there, that it's a bit of a glossy finish. Again, it will depend on the paper you're using. This is very textured paper, but you can wait for that layer to dry and do another layer to make it even more glossy. They come in a range of great colors. I often use the clear one just to make windows and glass and other features like that on my pages actually look glossy. Another way to make things look glossy, and hopefully you can see here on the eyes, they're actually very, very glossy and they're quite thick. It's quite thick there. It's actually textured up above the paper, and for that I have used a product called Glossy Accents. Now I've actually decanted it into my own bottle here because I find it works best with a really fine needle point on the bottle. So you can just get these sorts of bottles from cheap stores and online, but it is just a liquid that goes on very kind of cloudy, but then it dries to be clear. So that's a great way to add some texture and dimension, and I wouldn't normally use it on such large areas. Well, I haven't since this, but this is just a great example for me to show you how glossy it can actually be. But yeah, using it on smaller areas is really effective as well. Another product I really love using is Stickles. Now this is just a glitter glue. It comes in so many different colors. But you can use any kind of glitter glue that you may like, but this Stickles one is really lovely. I'll show you an example of a page that I have used it on. So you can see various shiny sections here in the tail and in the flower. And it's just a really pretty way to add some extra flair and sparkle to your page. Another way to add some easy sparkle to your page are with another Jelly Roll Sakura product called Stardust. Now these are sort of like glitter pens, but they have very fine sparkle and they come in a great range of colors. Hopefully you can see that sparkle there. There we go. So they're a great option as well. Just for adding extra sparkle and details to your page. Some other pens that I have really been enjoying using are these chrome markers. Now I purchased these from Temu. They come in a range of different colors and different pen thicknesses, and they give such a great finish. Now I don't know how it's going to work on this paper, but on a smoother paper, this one's probably running out. It gives a really shiny metallic finish. Hopefully you can see that there. Yep, there we go. Super, super shiny. Now these were super inexpensive, being from Temu. I'm sure you can buy more expensive versions elsewhere, but I have links to those because these are the ones that I have been using. And then last but definitely not least when it comes to embellishments are the Uniball Sino pens. Now these come in white, a copper, silver and gold, and I use them quite a lot, especially the white. I find it really, really good for adding white highlights to sections of your page. And then you've got these beautiful metallic colours here. I will just quickly swatch them for you. So as you can see, they have quite a lovely metallic finish to them. There we go. So they're really great for adding details as well. Now, to make it easy for you all to do your shopping, I have taken all the hard work out for you, and I have created a PDF that has all clickable links that you can use to shop these products. So if you would like to get a copy of that, it is free. You can do that through the link down in the description. Some of the links are affiliate links, so I will get a little bit of a kickback if you use those links, but it doesn't cost you any extra. So if you would like to share the Christmas spirit and kind of help a girl out a little bit, it would be great if you use those links. And I actually have a couple of discount codes for you, but you're going to have to download the PDF in order to get those discount codes. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it helps you in putting together a Christmas list to ask for your family and friends. And I also hope it helps those who are shopping for family and friends who love to colour with ideas of things that you can purchase for them. That is it from me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.